G'day everyone, it's your boy Jordan CSNO here. Welcome to another cancerous video on the dark web, where today we are looking at some fanboy logic 100. Because today we are looking at a video by a guy who legitimately thinks that Microsoft created the coronavirus just to delay the PS5. You really couldn't make this shit up if you tried. Today's cringe comes from a YouTuber by the name of Almighty Rated D. Gotta say, really love the banner. You know, PlayStation and proud. Kinda like when someone has their pronouns listed in their Twitter bio. And the video we're looking at today is literally called Microsoft created the coronavirus to delay PS5 production and news. And I'm gonna be honest, at first when my friend Ryan actually sent me this video, I thought this video was a joke, because there is no honest way that anyone would think this. But apparently I was wrong. I mean, these fanboys seem to be getting pretty creative these days. Before we start, major shout out to my friend Ryan for actually sending me this video. I will leave his channel link in the description. He makes some pretty nice content. Go show him some support. But anyways, without further ado, let's just get right into the cringe.
Rated D is a great guy, and his videos are fantastic.
100% transparency here. That's actually a pretty creative intro, so credit to Rated D where credit's due.
What's poppin' people, I'm Rated D and I've tested positive for swag. And I'm sorry if I sound like Wings of Redemption chowing down on something. I've just got some candy I'm sucking on right now.
Always a great start when the commentator is sucking on candy. That's when you can tell it's gonna be one banger video. But dude, here's a bright idea. Why not just finish your candy and then record? Because no one wants to listen to ASMR of some random guy on the internet sucking on candy. I mean, I don't know, some people might. We've all got our own kinks.
But what I wanted to talk about in this video is the coronavirus and how Microsoft created this.
Wait, really? Microsoft created the coronavirus? Please enlighten me with your IQ 1000.
So, we all know the Xbox 360 was dominant for the first few years that the console was out.
Yeah, that was mainly because the PS3 hadn't released yet. Not to mention the fact that it was still a laughing stock since half the models red-ringed anyways. Like, the original Xbox 360 was a complete and utter disaster.
But then what ended up happening was Sony and the PlayStation 3 came back strong. It was the most insane comeback we've ever seen in business. And when it was all said and done, the PS3 ended up outselling the 360.
Yes guys, it was the most insane comeback in business of all time. I mean, Sony outselling a broken console. Who would have guessed that that would happen? Dude, no shit the PS3 would outsell the Xbox 360. Like I said before, half the Xbox 360 console's red-ringed. Not to mention, if your Xbox 360 red-ringed, it was basically gone because Microsoft wouldn't fix it or replace it. Like at that point, Microsoft basically dug their own grave. All Sony was really doing was just pissing on their grave.
So, when the PS4 came out, and Microsoft completely bungled the announcement for the Xbox One, the X-Bone, and you had all these X-Boners trying to damage control in the worst ways imaginable. It was a public relations nightmare for Microsoft, and the PlayStation 4 outright dominated.
Gotta say, I love how he puts emphasis on the dominated part. But dude, the reason the Xbox One failed is less about Microsoft bungling the announcement. It was more down to the fact that the Xbox One was more expensive than the PS4 while also being less powerful. Not to mention, you had to buy a $50 spy cam for it that had to be plugged in all the time. Also, I love how he mentions the Xbox fanboys trying to damage control. Like, what does that actually have to do with his argument? Who knows? Let's just make fun of Xbox fanboys.
Now we see the Xbox brand is on its last legs. I mean, let's be honest here, it's not doing that well. And the PlayStation 5 is set to dominate this next console generation.
Again with the emphasis on the dominated. But so far I think the Xbox Series X is shaping up to be a pretty good console. Like, so far it seems like the Series X will be more powerful than the PS5. Mainly since it won't be capped at 30 frames.
Obviously Nintendo's doing its own thing on the side. You know, I have a Switch, I enjoy my Switch.
My dude, that's crazy, but I don't recall asking.
Microsoft is tasked with coming back and not really having anything for its fans to play. I mean, what are we supposed to care about? Sea of Thieves 2? State of Decay, whatever, 3 or 4, whatever it is? Forza 25?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Microsoft give a shit about exclusives anymore, because all their exclusive games are now on PC anyways. Okay, I think the main marketing point of the Xbox Series X is gonna be that it's more powerful. So far, that's what it seems they're gonna try and sell you on.
But the fact of the matter is this, the Xbox brand is dying. They made some big acquisitions as of late, but I don't know how quickly that's gonna, translate into, 90 plus Metacritic scores.
Honestly, what is it with PlayStation fanboys and Metacritic scores? Like, to these people, Metacritic scores are everything. Okay, like, rather than trusting Metacritic scores, why don't you just play the game for yourself and form your own opinion? Like, I understand if you want to look at reviews before you buy a game to determine whether or not you might enjoy it, but I don't think Metacritic's the right platform for that.
Because of the fact that the PS5 was set to release this year, I think it's obvious.
I mean, the Series X was also supposed to release this year, so that would pretty much just be the dumbest plan ever for Microsoft to create the coronavirus to delay the PS5. But not only that, the consoles are still releasing this year, they're just releasing later this year.
Microsoft, they set things up so that they would create the coronavirus because of Bill Gates. We all know the conspiracy surrounding him, and
Today, Junior?
and bio-warfare and all this stuff.
So let me get this straight. Because of a conspiracy with Bill Gates, Microsoft created the coronavirus to start bio-warfare and delay the PS5. Like, what the fuck? This is so dumb. Like, I'd rather jump off a 5-story building than listen to this shit. I'm gonna be honest here, clearly Bill Gates is trying to profit off of the virus, but the idea that this virus would be because of gaming consoles is just fucking stupid. By the way, Rated D, some advice, YouTuber to YouTuber, gamer to gamer, you could really do with editing your audio. Like, you stutter and pause so much, it makes your videos twice as unbearable.
I think Microsoft, with the help of Bill Gates, created the coronavirus and, infected China with it so that the PS5 cannot be manufactured in time for release. And that gives Microsoft just a little bit more time to fix the Xbox the Xbox Series X.
What do you mean fix it? They finished it last year. Like, Phil Spencer said that he's playing it at his home. And Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, he may or may not know what he's talking about. I don't know, man, that's up for you to decide.
Try to make it comparable to the PS5.
What do you mean, try to make it comparable to the PS5? It's already been established that the Xbox Series X will run faster than the PS5. Like, I don't understand what they'd need to change. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just dumb, stupid, or dumb, Maybe Rated D will continue to enlighten us with his 1000 IQ.
Like I said, this is what I really think happened. Microsoft created the coronavirus to try to screw over Sony and the PlayStation brand, and to try to give themselves, to buy a little bit more time.
It's basically based off of nothing. Microsoft created the coronavirus to delay the PS5 and finish an already finished console. This legitimately makes no sense.
Now, we know the Xbox X is more powerful than the PS5, but it's way slower, so this gives them a chance to, get in there and try to speed things up a little bit.
I wonder why they didn't just make it faster before they announced that they finished the console. I don't know, just a bit of speculation there. Just a foreign concept that someone would announce that they finished something when they finished it.
But we'll see what happens. I don't really expect much greatness out of Xbox. But with PlayStation, we've gotten greatness these last 4 console generations. And I expect nothing less with the PlayStation 5.
Yes, Sony, the PlayStation 5, it better not be anything less than greatness, okay? If the PlayStation 5 is not the greatest console ever, I will drown myself in a fucking toilet. But anyways guys, that was the end of today's video. If you did enjoy, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, why not subscribe? I mean, I found out 80% of you aren't subscribed. Like, what are you doing? Do your boy a favor, subscribe to the channel. And of course, please don't send any hate over to Rated D, it is really unneeded. But anyways, that's all for today, so till next time, piss off.